But right now, this area is a good place to rob something. Hate to say that, but who am I? I'm just a criminal. Hi, I'm Larry Lawton, America's biggest jewel thief. Join me as I walk you through my past robberies, how I planned them, executed them, and ultimately got caught. I'm going to show you how we did things in prison, like making a tattoo gun, making wine, making white lightning. It's going to be very educational. These are the untold stories. Hey everybody, Larry Lawton here. We're doing a good video today. I'm actually downtown Melbourne, Florida, and I'm gonna walk around town and do some what they call casing. I'm actually gonna be going by some stores, looking in them, and tell you guys how I actually case a store. When I go into any town I'm going to, first thing I do is obviously I get a place in a hotel with a fake name. You know, and today you're supposed to put a credit card down and all that, but trust me, the low life places or the lower end places, you don't have to do that. You can actually put cash down still. Listen, as I always say, cash is king. Then what I would do is I would actually do what I'm doing. I would go around, I would look downtown, see where it's areas. I'd already have picked out the jewelry stores in the area. Like there might be 1 or 2 jewelry stores in an area. And I'm going around and look around the whole place. I'm not just going to look at, you know, the jewelry store, because then it looks like I'm very suspicious. And I'm not like that. I would go down, look how I'm dressed. Look at the way I'm dressed. I'm just dressed with shorts. Got my cigar, of course. And I'm looking downtown. How is downtown bad or good right now? You know? And see, now look at this store right here. Here's a gift store, you know? Now look what I'm looking at right here. Look at the angle I'm at. You guys can't see in that store, can you? Nobody can. If you can't see in that store right now, nobody can. So that's what I'm gonna do. I'm looking at this thing in a great way, saying, wow, if I wanted to go in there and rob it, who would know I'm doing anything? That's important. You know, I want to know what's happening in that store. Now I would go in and check it out. Now the first day I do a case, the first day I do anything, I don't do that. The first day I don't become conspicuous in a town either. I don't want people to say, oh, look at that guy, he's always walking around. Who is he? He's new in town. I don't want that either. But I might just take a stroll to go get a piece of pizza or a stroll to do something and then figure it out from there. That's what I do. And first of all, I'm looking at all the little things in the neighborhood. How much traffic is on the road right now? Is there a lot of traffic? Is there a lot of people around? I mean, if there's not, that's good for me, you know? I love that. You know, that's exactly what I do. Hey guys.
How are you doing?
Pretty good. How you guys doing? So I'm looking around this town and seeing who's around for casing a jewelry store. You know, and is it busy? There's a lot of traffic. Do I see any cops? I haven't seen a cop yet. You know, is this a cop friendly or is it a different town? So as I'm walking down the avenue, looking here, can you see? You can see a little bit better over here, but you also can't see deep into it. And I'm looking at the time of the day. Today, when I'm doing this video, it is 1:30 in the afternoon. Would I do a store at 1:30? No, but I'm looking at with the sun. So I have to know where the sun is, how the sun affects everything. So that's the next thing you do. You look about the sun and figure out where the sun is. Okay, how you doing? See, now look at his shop. Can't see in it, and I'm not gonna go in it, but there you go. I would ended up looking around. Look at the way the parking is around here. See the way the parking is? Everybody is facing head in. So, okay, is that gonna be trouble if I back in to try to get out quicker? Or no, you park regular, nobody would know it, you got a fake plate on the car. So if you got all of that, you're good, you're really good. So now let's keep walking. And see, it's a nice area, nice downtown to buy a business. And here's another thing you do. You see, this is a place that I might go in, check it out, and see if I could sit at the window. Let's just say over here, and I'm gonna show you something. Okay, you have an antiques place. Sometimes you get great jewelry in an antiques place. So what you do there is you find a spot where you can actually watch the place. Who's coming, who's going. And then you do that. So over here, as you can see, across the street, there's an antiques place. So what would I do? I would find a place over here where I could sit and watch the store in the mornings, like as if I'm reading a paper. You can't go in a bar, obviously, unless you're gonna do it. But I don't just watch the place during the hot time. Like in the morning, you'll watch it all day long because you can catch things that happen into these places. So anyway, here I am casing the neighborhood. This is what I'm really doing, everybody. I'm looking for ways to rob this whole area and make sure it's an easy way to do it. So as I walk, I'm not seeing many people. Now again, let's face it, this is COVID, and this would be a hot time. You'd think 1:30 in the afternoon, they would have a lot of people around, right? That's what I would think. Doesn't seem so. So in that regard, I mean, it's good. Now look what happens when I'm under shade. Look, you can look into that store very clearly. And if you can look into that store, I don't want somebody walking by and seeing a robbery go down. So that's very important. So, but you know, obviously you're gonna do things where the best time of the day is. Look what this is, art framing restoration. Sometimes these places have a lot of money. Now I'm gonna give you guys to see how well you remember my videos. If you look at this place right here, I want everybody to look. Look behind me now. Okay, right now in the description below, where is that? Where do you guys remember that place right behind me? I hope you do remember it. I'm not gonna talk about it, I might stop in there. So here I'm going, just walking down the avenue. I'm looking what kind of stores are around. Look at the stores. You got a stationery store, a restaurant, pretty busy area. I already did my research, and down that road right there is City Hall. But the police department is nowhere near this downtown. Now, being someone who understands robberies in the biggest way, I understand they probably have some cops assigned down here. They have to be assigned downtown. And if they are, you gotta know what their schedule is too. Obviously, cops are like anybody else. They can be lazy, they cannot look what's going on. You see this I just saw? It's a FedEx truck. What time does that FedEx truck come here? This FedEx package is delivered all day. When is the postman gonna come by? I'm looking at all the different kind of cities. There's a realtor. Now, I'm not gonna go into these stores on a normal robbery because I don't want me to be on a camera that I don't know about. I've been looking at all this area and I don't see one camera in the downtown area outside stores. I don't see them on light poles. I don't see them on people's businesses facing out. And you know, that's one way to prevent Larry Lawton or a real professional from robbing a place. All you gotta do is make sure, you know, that I think I'm being filmed at some time or another. Notice how I'm dressed. I have my hat on. I am kind of low key. I just got a regular shirt. So, you know, people know me or would know a person who's bald and is kind of big guy. And he's got a, you know, tank top and he's got tattoos. I mean, obviously I wouldn't wear a shirt with sleeves either. I would have one rolled up sleeves. And if I had rolled up sleeves, it'd be a lot better. So when you think about how you're gonna rob a store, this is what you do. You know, now I'm looking at what's around here. Here's bakeries. Don't get me on this one, guys. A bakery. This is Larry. He wants to go eat. But everybody knows I'm on the keto diet as of right now. So here I am, just doing this robbery. Please, I'm not doing a robbery, everybody. I'm showing you how I would case an area. I'm calling this the case, the area, the case. Now, I'm gonna take a break, sit down here, and look around and show, look you guys. Okay, another thing I just noticed. I'm sitting out here and I see a dog bowl. You know, in this downtown, is the dog going to start barking? Is things going to happen if a lady comes out yelling and screaming? Anything unusual, you have to watch for, everybody. You know, please, I'm just telling you how professionals do it. You know I don't want you to rob anything. I don't want people to get thinking about doing anything stupid or anything like that. But anyway, you know, I look at this store right now, and I want everybody to look at it too. Look at the name of this store. Can everybody read that? Do you guys know what that is? That's Jessup's. Guess what prison Larry was in when he went crazy on Miss Tubbs? Jessup, Georgia. I was in FCI, Federal Correctional Institution, Jessup. Didn't last there. It was a medium, and I was a little bit of a bad guy, if you want to call me that. So I saw that. So now, just looking around about the restaurants and the gift shops and all the kind of stuff I'm looking at, there's a pizzeria right here. Oh man, this is dangerous for me. You know, I got to get out of here. There's Crush 11. That's a bar we all know about. And when I see a bar, the first thing I think of, one, people would say, oh, you can't do it. There's going to be a lot of people there. People going into a bar or restaurant, guess what they're not doing? They're not paying attention to a guy walking down with a cigar. Not even a little bit. So let's go see the other side of the street, and let's see how it would look and how looking in stores would look. Obviously, I get it. There's a lot of cars out here, but I also notice there's not a lot of people. So they're in their stores or whatnot. And the parking is actually pretty good because you could park on either side of the street for a robbery. You know, if you pull in over here with a fake plate, you would be no more conspicuous. I personally can't tell you a car I passed already, unless it's my buddy's red NSX, the Acura NSX. Obviously, you're not going to be downtown with one of those cars, or everybody's going to look at you and know you. Hey, there was that big guy, that bald guy, or the guy with a hat, or whatever. And people look at the car. You come down with a rent-a-car. You got a regular Camry or whatever kind of car you're going to have. Let's go here. Look. Now you're going to look here. Look in here. Can you see in there, everybody? Absolutely not. You cannot see in there. You cannot see in there. So that's another good thing. You know, as I walk down here and you look on both sides of a street. Now, I would do this normally. This is what I would do in a neighborhood. And I would just like look them around like I'm a tourist or anything else, or a person in the area, you know, and talk as little as I can to people. Maybe say hello, that's it. But don't talk to people. Don't get into conversations like, hey, where you from? You know, you like the area? You're looking to buy here? They're looking in the stores, and you got to be smarter than that. I mean, you look in these stores here. If somebody walked by, you couldn't tell. There's not a chance in Shinola someone would tell. Wow, look at me, I'm sweating. Part of what you do. So here I am walking down. Here's a personal bath and home fragrance emporium. Look at all the stuff. Now let me give you guys a little hint why jewelry stores should never do this. Even looking in this place, it's got so much stuff in the window. If you're a jeweler, you don't want that because you can't see in it. Remember that. Cannot see in it. And that's very important. So as I'm walking down and seeing how busy it is in this whole area, you know, this is the area that I say, okay, here's your downtown. Now, usually a jewelry store, you'll have one or two down here. You'll have up the road, there's a mall. So they have them up there, and malls were out. Too much going in and out of an actual mall. Now, I wanted a strip mall. Remember that. So still going around the whole neighborhood, figuring out best practices and what side of the street. Now, listen to me, and I'm gonna say this in the right way. You know I don't believe in robbing, but I also don't believe in just being a one-trick pony. When I was a criminal, I took opportunities. You know I robbed the dress store, a wedding dress store. You know I robbed the plumbing warehouse. So I was an opportunist. I would actually not care what place I was robbing. It mattered if I can get rid of the jewels or get rid of whatever I'm gonna rob. Here is a place dear to me, and that is, you guys know what that is, where we are? We are at Executive Cigar Shop. Here is a place I know the owner, and I did maximum security, if you guys remember maximum security. Well, if you haven't, go into our playlist, check out maximum security. What I want you to do is see how much you noticed. What the guy did in maximum security, he actually moved 2 stores down. And he did that in part because of me and the security reasons, and we discussed that. I know the owner, Tony, a very nice guy. Well, here's another, I guess, a sushi place. What a great place to watch. Watch that gallery next door. I can actually sit right here. There's a bench, and I can do this. I can go look at the store, and I can see who's coming, when the mailman is coming. I can do anything I want right from this chair. Wow, you guys see me sweat. Sorry about that. This used to be the cigar shop that I know. This is the cigar shop that I came in and did maximum security and actually filmed a little bit right across the street over there when I was walking in. So, this is called the first case, or how you originally case a store. You case the neighborhood first. Listen, when you're a professional criminal, you got to figure out every positive way and every way for you to get the most out of what you're going to do with the least amount of risk. Listen, there's going to be risk in any robbery you do. I don't care who you are, where you are, there's going to be risk. Is the risk worth it? That's what you have to think about as a criminal. Okay, walking back. As you notice, I walked, maybe a half a mile up the road, and then coming back. Hey, get my exercise in for the day. So, look at this area. I haven't seen a cop yet. I've been looking too, everybody. I've not seen a cop. If I saw a cop, the first thing I would do is find out what time it is. Come back here a couple of times and then I'll know. That's very important. Look at this place. Have not seen one cop all day. So far I've been downtown, I haven't seen a cop. I do see delivery trucks, stuff like that, but that's kind of normal. But once you pick your store, then you go from there. So, wow, get my exercise in today, guys. Look at this parking lot. Look at this parking lot you can sit in. It's a doctor's office. They're all good. You sit in that doctor's office parking lot like you're waiting for your wife. You're waiting for your, somebody to come out of the doctor's office. That's very easy. Wow, still no cops. Now, I'm not sure if they're not here because of COVID or they're just not here because of, it's just a slower time of the area. I don't know. I would sit here normally, like as I'm a regular person, just taking a break. Of course, I wouldn't have this phone and this stick. What I would do is just sit here, smoke my cigar maybe, or not, because some people might notice that as well. But I would have a magazine I'm looking through, which I'm really not, or something, that's for sure. Okay, I do notice there's a post office as well. Again, good and bad. Having a place that's got a lot of traffic makes you more inconspicuous. And the less inconspicuous you are, the less you stand out, the better you will be in a robbery. So the initial stages of casing a robbery are kind of important, because I can stop a robbery real quick if I saw there was a police substation, or if there was cops walking the beat. Forget it. Then they're going to be down here all the time and they know everybody. Someone might have pinged me out already. So I would definitely not do the place. But right now, this area is a good place to rob something. Hate to say that, but they need to beef up their security. I don't see cameras on any poles, and that's something I would definitely recommend to the city. Totally recommend that to the city. But who am I? I'm just a criminal. So I looked around, checked it out. Good area to rob something. So don't ever forget that. When you rob something, you got to know the area you're in. That's the most important part. All right, everybody, have a great day. Don't rob anything, make good choices, and I'll talk to you soon.